So do you agree with this statement? Does this make sense to you? When we say to you, let go of the past, it's hurting you. You know, we all generally tend to carry around burdens, carry around past traumas and pains and discomforts and all of these kind of things, not realizing actually how much it's hurting us, not realizing actually how much trouble it's causing us in our day-to-day, everyday life. We're so used to carrying around these burdens. I want to give you an analogy of walking around with a stone in your shoe. So the first couple of steps, it's painful, it's sore, and you acknowledge there's a stone in your shoe. But eventually, the stone sort of settles into a place. Maybe your foot forms a little, a hole around it, and the stone becomes comfortable. You become used to it. You know it's there. You know it's going to be painful, and you almost adjust your footing a little bit so that you're not putting a lot of pressure onto where the stone is, and therefore you're able to cope. But the reality is, the longer you walk with that stone in your shoe, the more damage you're causing to the rest of your body, because by adjusting your step to not put pressure on that part of your foot, you're causing issues with your legs, your knees, your ankles, with your back, your shoulders, your neck, the rest of your body, all the way up here when actually there's a stone in your shoe. And this is what we have to understand about our past. Things that have happened to you in your past, things that have hurt you in the past, trauma that you are carrying from a long time ago, it's hurting you today. Even though you've got a happy disposition, even though you've got a smile on your face, and even though you are getting on with life in the best way that you can, it's still causing you pain. And it might take a while before you end up with neck issues because you've got a foot problem, but it will eventually get there. So today we're going to focus on how do we let go of the past, how do we acknowledge what it is, how do we let go of it, and how do we allow ourselves to heal in such a way that we can move forward without the stone in our shoe. So to do this today, I am working with the Tarot Grand Deluxe. Love this deck. So giving it a good shuffle. It is a slightly larger than usual deck. So giving it a shuffle, and we're asking the question, letting go of the past that is hurting us. How do we acknowledge and how do we let it go? What do we need to know about our past traumas, hurts, pains, and discomforts, and what trouble they are causing us in this life today? Okay, so cards are shuffled. And I am taking, I have to see, the two of coins. So look what he's doing, okay? Can you see that he's balancing on a tightrope? He's got all sorts of things in his hands. I mean, he's busy, right? But he's walking on a very, very, very fine line. And that's us. This is acknowledging how we are living our lives today. We are walking a very, very thin tightrope. We could fall any second, any second. We may get across, there's absolutely no doubt about it. We may actually get across. We may actually succeed in walking the tightrope. But the danger element, the fear element, the rest of the stuff is there. So this is acknowledgement of the pain and the suffering, the how careful we have to be just to get from A to B. So that is acknowledging the way that we are living our lives at the moment. That is acknowledging the way that we are navigating. And it shouldn't be that difficult. Life is not supposed to be so hard. Life is not supposed to be so challenging. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be an adventure. It's not supposed to be walking a tightrope. So how do we release this? How do we let this go? How do we let go of the past that is hurting us? Okay, I want that one over there. What do I have? The Ten of Cups. I mean, just look at this card. Doesn't this card just make you feel happy? I mean, first of all, how gorgeous is this kitty cat? How gorgeous is that fire? I mean, not for us here in South Africa, middle of summer. We don't really want the fire, but the romance, the fantasy of this picture is just beautiful. What is the Ten of Cups saying to us with regards to how to let go of the past? It's talking about acknowledging the memories, acknowledging the happiness, acknowledging the joy, acknowledging the love, because actually we do have love in our lives. We really do. The love that we have in our lives is not connected to the past traumas and past hurts. The love that we have is the love that we have today, from your family, from your friends, from the people who matter in your life. This is where we need to shift our focus, because again, we often spend a lot of our lives living in the past. This Ten of Cups is telling you that acknowledge and recognize that here today, there is love, there is happiness. Focus on the positive, focus on the things that make you feel good. And if we focus on the things that make us feel good, we will automatically start healing our past traumas. We will automatically start letting go of the past, because this brings you into the here and the now. It brings you into the present moment, so that we're no longer living in the past, so that we're no longer burdened by all of these things that happened. If you're living in the now and you acknowledge, oh, I have a stone in my shoe, stop what you're doing, remove the stone, carry on with your journey. But when you're living in the past, you become so comfortable with that stone in your shoe. So, life is a balancing act. Life is walking a tightrope. It is difficult. It is hard. It shouldn't be so difficult. We make it more difficult than it is by carrying all of these burdens, by putting ourselves into difficult situations. We do this to ourselves. If we can focus on love, if we can focus on family, if we can focus on doing things each day that bring joy and happiness into our lives, we will heal the past without any effort. But it's when we don't give ourselves permission to be happy, to be successful, when we don't give ourselves permission to focus on the things that are truly beautiful in our lives, when we don't do that, that's when we continue to walk the tightrope. So, friends, I'm inviting you to stop walking the tightrope. I'm inviting you to focus on the love that you have in your life, to acknowledge the love that you have in your life, to be grateful, to celebrate. We have got Valentine's Day coming up tomorrow, okay? I'm recording this on the 13th of February. So tomorrow is Valentine's Day. It's time to celebrate the love. It's time to acknowledge the connections that we have. And by doing so, life won't be such a tightrope anymore. I'm sending you all so much love and so many blessings. Take care of yourself, look after yourself, and until we connect again, all the best.